Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Justin here and welcome to the unboxing of the LG G3. So some other major phone manufacturers including Sony, HTC, and Samsung have already released their flagships for 2014, and now it's LG's turn to bring what they think is the best to the table. And with some very compelling features and of course flagship specs that try to separate it from the rest of the market, including a 5.5-inch 2560 by 1440 resolution 538 ppi display, also known as a QHD display or Quad HD display. This may very well be the best phone we have seen to date in 2014. So taking a look at the box, it sports a very classy gold design. It is available in 3 different colors, the metallic black, which we will be taking a look at in this video. It also comes in white and gold. Of course, when it comes to the specs of this device, this is nothing short of amazing. It features a 2.5 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 801 processor, 2 GB of RAM. However, if you purchase the 32 GB model or most likely the US carrier variant, it will feature 3 GB of RAM. And of course that QHD 2560 by 1440 resolution display, as well as a 13 megapixel rear facing camera with laser autofocus. And also not to forget a pretty large 3000 mAh battery. So without a doubt, the LG G3 definitely stacks up in terms of specs against some other flagships on the market, if not exceeding them in certain categories. So now that we've got all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the LG G3. So lifting off the box here, I'm actually extremely excited to try out this device. You can see there, LG wants you to know about its more compelling features and really what kind of separates it from the rest. The predecessor of the G3, the LG G2, wasn't really my favorite phone, but it was nothing short of a very beautiful phone, and it was mainly the software that kind of ruined the experience for me. But so far I've heard very great things from other YouTubers who have tried out the G3, especially that QHD display, which I am definitely dying to try out as that is the first phone I've received to have a display of that resolution. So let's just take a look at what's included. You've got the LG G3, the instruction manual, you have a European charger here as I do have the D855 model, which is a European variant. So let's just set that aside. You've also got your standard USB cable as well as a set of headphones. And that is pretty much it. So everything is pretty standard. Just taking a look at the USB charger once again. You've also got some headphones, the Quad Beat 2. So definitely interested to try those out and see how they sound. And also the USB cable. And of course you do have your 3000 mAh battery, which without a doubt should rip through 1, maybe even 2 days. But keep in mind it does have to power that Quad HD display. Taking a look at the back, you do have a plastic material that has a metal look, which I'm actually a pretty big fan of from first looks. It allows you to swap out the backplate, access the back of the phone including the battery, the SD card, and also the SIM card slots. And the great thing about that is that there is literally nothing going along the side of the phone. LG has wanted a very seamless feel to the device, so on the side you will not find any slots, any buttons. As you would notice, LG went once again with the back facing power and volume buttons. And above that, you'll notice your 13 megapixel camera, your dual LED flash, as well as the laser autofocus system. On the front side, of course, you've got that beautiful 5.5-inch 4X HD, Quad HD, whatever you would like to call it, 538 ppi resolution with a 2560 by 1440 resolution. Seems like that's what everybody seems to be talking about. And once again, LG has retained a very clean look to the front, a small chin to it, and a very, very thin bezel. But taking a very quick look at the Quad HD display, I will tell you it is absolutely impressive. The clarity is just to a level I've never seen before, and 1080p is already a very high resolution, a resolution that you pretty much won't notice from a certain distance, but these definitely just pop out of the screen. So like always in my unboxings, I like to run you through the setup process. So for the very first time, we are going to be turning on the device and just the quick boot animation here and just getting everything set up on this device. The very first thing it is going to ask you for is the language. So in my case, it is going to be English Canada, or for most of you, it is going to be the United States. So you could set that accordingly to any language. Just move on to the next, and you can either connect it to a mobile network if you have a SIM card, or also your Wi-Fi network. You can also connect it to your Google account now, and also enable the location settings and set the name. So a lot of this I'm just going to skip through just to not really waste your time now. So after we're done that, we are given the option to set up a knock code. As you know, LG did come up with that feature, and since the buttons are located on the back, it allows you to wake your device while it's in sleep mode just by double tapping on the display, which is a feature that I find very handy. So with the NOT code, it allows you to set up kind of a pin code using a grid system and also confirm a backup pin in case that doesn't work. You can also set up your home touch button configuration as well as the colors of that. So pretty much what you're used to, you're able to set that to. So that's pretty much based on personal preference. So after we're done that, let's just go on to the next thing. And now it just confirms the name of the device and if you would like to add a phone number. And it is overall a very smooth and quick setup process. And now we're into the LG software and the home screen of the LG G3 for the very first time. So by far what I really hated the most of the LG G3 was simply LG's skin, and I feel that they have done a very good job to not only clean it up, make it much more fluid, but also try to accommodate the Quad HD display. As you know, the problem with the Quad HD display right now is that apps currently pretty much just support up to Full HD, and the apps are pretty much going to be upscaled to fit the resolutions of this Quad HD display. So aside from using these stock apps, the main user interface, or viewing photos, you aren't going to notice a massive difference in terms of running apps on a Quad HD display. But I would say that LG has definitely improved its interface in terms of accessing it, making everything so much easier, and most of all, the visual appeal of it. I like the flat look that they have gone with, both in the home screen and in the settings menu, as that really complements the Quad HD display. So that was just a very quick setup and first look. Here's me using the NOT code, and be sure to stay tuned for a lot more coverage and comparisons like I always do with the HTC One M8, the Samsung Galaxy S5, the OnePlus One possibly, and I will also be doing some camera tests and comparisons. But be sure to thumbs up this video if you did enjoy it, and make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for some future coverage. But aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.